The Steelers have signed linebacker Mark Barron to a 2-year deal. 2019 marks Barron's 8th year in the league. He was drafted 7th overall as a safety in 2012 by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and then played for the Los Angeles Rams from 2014 to 2018. In 104 regular season games, he has made 93 starts, and his career totals include 618 tackles, 9 sacks, 8 interceptions, 39 passes defensed, 17 quarterback hits, 44 tackles for loss, 5 forced fumbles, and 3 fumble recoveries. Barron played for the Rams in Super Bowl 53. Steelers general manager Kevin Colbert said, quote, "We are excited to add a veteran linebacker like Mark Barron to our football team. His experience throughout his 7-year career, including last year's playoff experience, is an important part of what he can bring to our defense. We feel he can play an integral role in our defensive efforts, and we look forward to having his contributions in 2019.
Pass deflected and picked off. Intercepted by Mark Barron.
Now, what a hit by Barron. Mark Barron just laid out.
Back to the outside, and he gets stamped.
And gets leveled at the 40-yard line by Mark Barron.
Mark Barron.
Oh, he is decked. Mark Barron. My goodness. Wow. Watch Mark Barron. And then, boy, he comes, and he brings it. Mark Barron unloading.
Boy, he took a hit from Barron. And is slammed to the ground by Mark Barron, the hard-hitting safety, first-round pick out of Alabama.
How y'all doing? Yeah, I'm excited about the opportunity to be here. I just want to thank Mike Tomlin, Mr. Rooney and Kevin Colbert for the opportunity to be here. I'm really excited to be here.
Questions? What made you pick the Steelers?
I always had a lot of respect for Mike Tomlin and just the opportunity to play for him. And just the things I've heard about him, I feel like it might be a good fit for me, so I'm here.
What did you hear about Coach Tomlin?
Just the way he goes about things and how straight up and down he is about his work and the way he handles his players and communicates with his players. I feel like I'm a similar type of person. I'm straight up and down, and I like things to be on the table and clear cut. And I operate in that fashion. So to work for somebody and play for somebody who operates in the same fashion as me, I felt like that'll be a good fit for me.
Parker, what kind of role do they have in mind for you?
I'm playing linebacker. As far as what all they'll ask me to do, I'm not sure. But, I'm a versatile guy. I feel like I can do whatever is needed, and I'm here to do whatever is needed to help this team win.
Did they talk to you about hoping you could be a 3-down guy?
Yeah, I don't think I'll be coming off the field, so.
Can you talk about your evolution when you came into the league as a safety? How did the Rams approach you about that? And do you think that was a good thing for your career?
They didn't approach me about it. It happened in game. It happened in game. Back when Alec Ogletree got hurt, he was the will linebacker, and at that time I was the guy that they used in certain packages because I wasn't the starting safety at the time, but they wanted me on the field more. So when Alec went down, that slot opened, and that was a way to just put me on the field more. So they just told me to go out there and play football. And I've been playing linebacker ever since. It wasn't a thing that was talked about, discussed, or anything like that. They just threw me out there and told me to go.
Do you think if Alec doesn't get hurt, you're still a safety today?
Possibly. It could possibly be that way.
When you look back on that, you view that as something that positive that happened in your career because you got a big contract as a linebacker from the Rams, right?
I mean, it happened. That's what happened, and I don't regret anything. I'm not a guy that lives with regret. That's what happened. So I live in the moment and what happened and how I can make the best out of what is currently going on in my life. So I most definitely feel like it was a positive. I feel like my career has been a good career, so I most definitely feel like it was a positive.
Did you have any indication going into the offseason that you'd be on the market, or do you think you'd still?
No. I know the business. I do know the business of football, so I know it was a possibility, but I didn't necessarily know that would be what happened.
lot of Alabama players have signed big contracts in free agency. You know, what goes into Alabama producing these great NFL players?
Well, I think a lot of that has to do with, first of all, the fact that we recruit talented guys, and then once those guys get there, they learn how to work. They learn what it takes to be successful. They learn discipline. They learn attention to detail. They get a habit of a standard of winning that becomes a standard, and we work in that manner. We work in the standard of wanting to win, and winning being the only thing that that really matters.
You being a little bit of a smaller linebacker in your past, have you noticed teams trying to run at you to test you to see if?
Honestly, I don't think that is the case. I mean, I know that might be a perception or something that people might think because I'm a smaller linebacker, but I feel like a lot of coaches and a lot of players have respect for me in this league, and they don't feel like they can just run at me like that. I don't think that's the case.
This hybrid linebacker term is still relatively new in the NFL. What do you think goes into making a good hybrid linebacker?
Well, if a guy's going to be a smaller linebacker, he has to be tough, he has to be physical, he has to be strong. He also has to be smart and understand that you are a little undersized, so you have to do some things differently and how you attack, playing the run. But for the most part, you just have to be a pretty tough guy. You got to be strong. And you just got to have an understanding of the game. You got to know football.
What do you do differently?
So what?
You said you have to do things differently. What do you do differently?
Well, I mean, you just got to know how to use your body. Like if you're a smaller guy and you got a 300-pound lineman coming at you, you probably got to use your leverage. You're either going to use your leverage or you're going to use your speed. Because you're probably not going to overpower him. I mean, if you catch him off balance, or you might be able to overpower him, but you got to know yourself. You got to have an understanding of yourself, have an understanding of your game, and know how to make things work for you.
Did that come easy for you when you made the transition, or did that take a little bit of learning?
I mean, when I made the transition, I led the team in tackles, so I was playing a lot off instinct too. But I would say it wasn't hard for me.
The coverage part, is that more natural for you, knowing your background in your college games?
You said it's more natural for me?
Yeah, more natural.
Yeah, I mean, I've done it for a good part of my football career, not necessarily talking about NFL. Well, even in the NFL, I've done it. I've been playing DB since I went to college. So, yeah, it's natural.
How did going to the Super Bowl affect your career and your outlook?
It was a great experience. I mean, I'm most definitely not the type of guy to just be happy to be in the Super Bowl. I want to win the Super Bowl if I'm going to it. But the experience was a nice experience. I've been to a few college championships and I won a few, so it was kind of similar to that, just on a bigger scale. But that whole experience kind of has a negative imprint on me because we didn't win it. So.
What did Aaron Donald tell you about Pittsburgh?
I haven't had the chance to speak much with him about it. He did text me. I haven't had a chance to text him back, but once I'm done with everything today, I'll sit down and have a conversation with him about Pittsburgh.
He was working out over there an hour ago.
Yeah, they told me he was here an hour ago. So, but I didn't catch him. I didn't get a chance to catch him.